Have you ever felt pain in your lower back, pelvis and hips and wondered, what's actually the cause of this? Is it a muscle imbalance, a joint issue, or maybe it's even referred pain from, well, somewhere else? You are not alone. Many people struggle with figuring out the root cause of their pain, which is why today I'm breaking it all down for you. In this video, I'll help you to recognize the key symptoms of dysfunction in your lower back, pelvis and hips so that you can finally understand what your pain is trying to tell you. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm Alexis Wadeland, osteopath and co-founder of Blossoming Me and Healthy Learning Lounge. Before we get into some of the symptoms, here's something important to know. Pain isn't always where the problem is. For example, pain in your lower back might actually be caused by your hips, and dysfunction in your hip may actually be triggered by an imbalance of your pelvis. If we think of our body with an issue, like a tangled set of headphones, the problem might look like it's coming at one end, but the real knot is somewhere entirely different. So how do we untangle your pain? Let's break it down by area, starting with the lower back. If your lower back is the problem, you might notice symptoms like pain when you're bending forwards or backwards. If your pain worsens when you bend forward, this could be a disc issue or muscle tightness, or a joint dysfunction of the lower back. If pain gets worse when you lean backwards, it could be a facet joint problem at one of the vertebrae in your back, compression, or a stability problem. Pain that radiates down your leg could mean that there is nerve involvement, such as sciatica, but not necessarily. Morning stiffness that improves with movement is often more about muscle tension, inflammation, osteoarthritis. Do you feel pain in your lower back when you sit for long periods? If you do, maybe drop a yes in the comments. Now, let's talk about pelvic dysfunction. If your pelvis is out of alignment or unstable, you might experience symptoms like pain when you stand on one leg, pain when you're walking. It may feel like your leg is about to give way on you when you stand sometimes. There could be a sharp pain near your sacroiliac joint at the back of the pelvis. Sacroiliac joint dysfunction often causes one-sided pain, sort of near those dimples in the lower back. It can feel unbalanced when you're walking, and if one side of your pelvis is tilted or rotated, this can throw off your walking pattern or your gait completely. So you could end up getting pain in many other areas of your body. Have you ever felt like one of your legs is longer than the other when you walk? This would be a sign of pelvic misalignment. Symptoms of hip dysfunction. If your hips are the issue, then you may notice some of these symptoms. Pain at the front of your hip or deep in that groin area. This could signal hip flexor dysfunction or a groin injury or an adductor issue. Clicking or snapping when you move your leg is an issue with the tension in those ligaments. There could be a labral tear of the joint or instability. Difficulty when you squat and when you get up from a chair. Could feel like your hip is pinching when this happens, or there could be a restriction in joint movement or weakness in the glute muscles. If you struggle to sit cross-legged comfortably, your hips probably have a bit of an issue, maybe too tight muscles or some misalignment of the actual joint. So now you know the key symptoms of each area. What will you do next? If you identify with lower back symptoms, then your next step could be to focus on core stability and mobility. If you have pelvic symptoms, you might need to work on SI joint stability exercises and pelvic alignment. If your hips are the problem, focusing on hip mobility, strengthening the glutes, and relaxing the hip flexors, including the psoas muscles, can really help. But don't worry, you don't have to guess what to do. In the next video, I'll be guiding you through some of the best stretches and exercises for each of these areas. Which of these symptoms sounds most like your pain? Let me know in the comments. Does it seem to you like it might be more lower back, pelvis, or hips that is your main issue? And remember, it could be 2 or 3 of those. Don't forget, in our next video, I will be taking you hands-on through some of those best movements to relieve pain and improve function. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
So that's it for today. Did it raise any questions or aha moments? If so, I'd love to hear them, so please put those in the comments section. I love answering questions. I hope you found today useful. And if you know someone who could use this information, please share it. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, and in health, bye for now.